Welcome to Toyfeld, the toy show about nothing and everything. If you're like me and you collect way too much stuff, then you've come to the right place. Here we're going to talk about toys from new to retro, all things Lego 1/6 scale, movies, cosplay, camera gear, sneakers, and much more. The list goes on.
I've just sort of got 5 projects I want to work on that of builds. I thought I want to do this, and so like I built the Black Seas Barracuda a couple of weeks ago, and I think that was the last video I put up, and I just loved it. So now it's just got me thinking pirates, So I've always had this mock I've wanted to build of a pirate ship.
Yes.
So I've finally actually started on it. So
that's awesome.
Out of left field. I should be working on the city, but I'm not. I'm building this pirate ship. So it's going to take a while because it's building up from scratch. And all I've done so far is I've got the hull and I've started to build up the sides.
Yep.
And I've got so far worked out what I'm doing with parts, and I've placed a few bricklink orders. So just for the sides of the ship, I've already spent $150 just on bricklink orders. So
you'll tear up the parts when it's stuff like pirate ship boats and things like that.
Yeah.
It's all such specific little parts.
I'm thinking this is
all
like
those masks and
and this is like stage 1 of probably 5. So
right. So what are you actually just going to buy? Are you going to build a ship, or are you going to build a ship and a mock?
No, just
a ship.
Just a ship. Yeah.
Because I'm like you. I've always I feel like I want like a blackboard, and I want to put on this blackboard and I actually thought I'm going to do it when I get my shed. I'm going to buy this big fuck off blackboard. I'm going to stick it in the shed. I'm put on it ideas, right? And I'm going to put on it might have a little list of Lego ideas, and one of them will be I want to build a big pirate mock. But and I reckon if I tackled it, I don't know. It's time's one thing, but I'm like you. You get such satisfaction about finishing something, but actually trying to get the time to finish the bloody thing. And I think it's the fight with myself and with time that will my passion change while I'm doing that. And that's so. I suppose just like you, maybe if you build half of it and you don't let it consume, you just go, I'm going to put that to the side, because 6 months will go like that. And you'll be building 5 other sets, and you'll be doing your YouTube and all the rest of it. And you'll probably think, I wouldn't mind building another level on a bit of a city or something. And then by the time you know it, it's Christmas. Coming up to Chrissy now. That's what I'm saying to you. I haven't built a Lego set. And I'm trying to think, shit, I haven't built a Lego set all year.
Wow.
Can you believe that or not? Because, how the hell does that even happen?
Dude, I'm hanging up.
Well, I've bought Lego, but I just haven't built any. How does that work? But
I'm normally pretty good once I get going. It's the starting that's the biggest hurdle for me. Once I get going on something, I tend to keep pushing through. But for things like the city, the plans I've got for the city, it's such a big job. Not really just with time, but in parts and money and everything else. So it's just one of those things. It's going to just have to run its course, So,
but that's half the fun of it, isn't it?
Yeah. Whereas something like building this ship, I can focus on that. Yes, it's going to cost money, but it's going to have an end cost, Whereas the city, you could just keep spending money on it till the cows come home,
Yeah.
And I'm always planning ahead. So I've always, I'm buying parts, I'm buying sets that I can use parts in. So when I actually can get started, I can normally make a fair whack of it. But this pirate boat, not so much that I had a lot of parts, but I bought the hull for it probably might even be like 12 months ago.
Yeah, right. Because did it just pop up and you thought, oh, yeah, I wanted to build a pirate ship and I want to buy a hull?
Yeah, and it was I'm going to buy all the hull pieces so when it comes to it I can make a start.
So you're actually using Lego's hull pieces and you're not building your own hull?
Yeah, and it was colour choice, and I couldn't decide whether I was going to go with dark brown or grey.
Okay.
Or dark bluish grey. So I bought both.
But you're like this because I had the exact same thoughts, and I thought when what year was it? So the years go past so fast. When was the last pirate ship that just came out? 2014 maybe? Brick Bounty, is it?
Yeah, well, there was the Silent Mary.
But then before that, Brick Bounty, which was just the cheapy pirate ship set. So I bought what did I buy? 6. I bought 6 of those, and I thought some for investment purposes, most was really just like you. I thought they were cheap. They were like 20% off. They were throwing them away like for $70 or whatever. I was like, that's just sold. I'm going to buy 2 or 3 of those because, like you, I thought, well, if I ever do need pirate ship or mast, I've got them bombed out right there.
Yeah.
So we're exactly the same with that. I wanted to build what's the one out of Pirates of the Caribbean? The first one.
There was Queen Anne's Revenge and the Black Pearl.
Yeah, no, but the one that he takes, he goes, that's the fastest ship in the fleet. Or what's that one called? I don't know. Anyway, well, you know the one I'm talking about. He commandeers it. He goes, I'm going to commandeer your ship. I wanted to build something like that, as a mock. But anyway, that'll just go on my blackboard.
Yeah.
Put it on the blackboard.
It's so funny you say that because on the weekend, no word of a lie, I thought I'm going to get out my whiteboard and I'm going to write up all my projects on it.
And what to see which one looks the best.
Just to give me inspiration. But the scary thing about that is I thought, no, because I'll forget to move it or cover it or something. I'll show it in a YouTube video and then everyone will be on me. Oh, you're doing that, or when are you going to do that? It's like, it's not worth the hassle.
You could put it on the roof and then look up and go, right.
The other thing I do too with the whiteboard is when I find that there's a part that I quite often use or I need a lot of or something, I'll write it on the whiteboard.
Yeah,
I write on the whiteboard. Then the next time I'm doing a bricklink order, I check the board and go, oh, that's right, I wanted to get those.
Exactly. And do you build it in like a what's it called, LLD, or do you just do it basically off top of your head?
I just to do this pirate ship, I built the sides of one side of the hull. I must have done it like 4 or 5 times before I was
till you got it happy.
Yeah, and then I'd do one side and think, okay, what if I tried this? And then I'd spin it around and just do a small section on the other side. And get to a point, that seems to be coming together pretty good, but what if I change this? And I'd flip the other side around and redo it just as a small section until I got, okay, this is definitely what I want to do, and then I'd build out the whole side.
The ship is the Interceptor. He goes, that's the fastest ship in the fleet.
Okay, yeah.
That's the one he commandeers. On my blackboard, I also, because I'm massive. I know you're a castle man as well, but I want to build a big, monstrous castle, and I just know the amount of money, and I say once every couple of months I go on like Bricklink to even just hunt down the knights, and you can't even get like, because if you want to build a decent army if you're going to build a big castle, you've got to have a decent amount of minifigs. So but the minifigs are expensive as well, and I've got a is there any news about any more castle sets coming out?
No, which is a bloody damn shame.
Why?
I don't know. And that, like, the last one, I'm pretty sure it was the last one, they did
2013.
The Kingdoms thing. That was some of the best shit they've done, man. Like that. Yeah. There was some really the bigs were awesome. The sets were great. So, you know, like the King's Castle that they did, and the jousting set that was part of that. I mean, they're great sets. I just, you know, the Market Village and all that. Like, it's just, I just don't know why they don't do more of that. And you look at how much those sets are going for now, you know, so, like, the want is there. So, I'm.
It's, and also too, like with the Lego ideas that they're doing, it's like they're now building like I call it the mock style way. Like they're happy to release like that Fisherman set and what was the other? There's another set, but you know what I mean. Like they don't mind bringing it out. So look, it's not doesn't look Lego built. It looks mock built now. That's the way I look at it. It's like they've evolved. They've had to evolve with the times, but.
Yeah.
So doesn't that mean to me that, like, if they were to bring out a castle like Village, that it'd be like a mock style one, and or even like, you know, where it's just all rustic and there's different parts. It looks like it's aged and weathered, not just, you know, same as the castle. Like they could, you know, instead of it just being just like classic style, they could bring it out like mock style where it's you know, run down. But I don't know.
And like with that is. What I think they should be doing with something like that is, with a theme, have it where you can connect sets together. So they could release a set. So yeah, Lego's aimed at children, you know, believe it or not. So, you know, release a small section of a castle. But then they could have other sections that join on. Could be buying and join them on, and you end up with this big castle, you know. So
not a bad idea. A bit like the Lord of the Rings Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
How you could do the join on pack and make the wall bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah. So that would be good. Same as you, Mel. I've collected up lots of castle stuff. I've got so much stuff.
I know you've got all them. I know you may need a little bit of money for a pirate ship coming up, and your old mate over here wants a few of those. Nice. So if you ever want to slip them my way.
What I've done a lot with the figs is I've collected a lot of different factions, so to speak. So eventually, when the day that I get to it, you know, it's not just going to be
one
single army. I'm going to mix it up a bit, you know. And that way it's not quite so expensive. Because some of the older ones, you know, if you just go out and look for the individual pieces with torsos and shields and stuff like that, you know, you can build up quite a collection that way. But
but I mean, there's guys out there that have snapped up a lot of the like if you really wanted to build a big army, and you wanted 100 or 200 or 300, it's going to cost you some money. If you want 20, you want 20 or so, you can dig into that. But
and if you want that uniform look, it's that.
But so, how do you feel about them being different? Do you care?
Not really.
So I've been tossing that up in my head. I've been thinking, if I had a castle and I had all these different knights. I know with all your Game of Thrones and all these other shows, like they seem to have different knights from all different places.
And that's the way I've always
does it match and blend, or it hurts me inside to think whether?
Yeah, I always thought that eventually when I get to my castle, I'd do something that I've never done before, and I'd invent a story behind it.
Yeah, cool.
And have it where you know, where there has to be a coming together of forces to fight one force or something, you know. I have to explain that, you know. Yeah. So that's the way I've always looked at it.
You know, that's just like you before. That's classic, because I'd written this little storyline for a stop motion where I was going to create this little stop motion scene about knights and create a story, because I thought there's no cool classic knight stop motion and/or, because I liked Castle, and I thought this might be a way for me just to build a little scene, couple of nights, do a little, and same exactly as you, create a story so that people could follow along, because there's so many stop motion films out there. They're usually just 2 minutes. That's it. They don't not like. And I even had this idea that the castle was wrecked, this is my idea in my head. The castle's wrecked because then it lets you start from start in the stop motion film that you're actually building the castle in the little film, and then you can build it via mock as well. And then next video you do, the castle's getting built bigger and bigger and bigger, which that was what I was thinking in my head. You know, they've almost like taken from Lord of the Rings where their main castle gets smashed, they go to Helm's Deep, but in this one they basically just survived and gone off to try and rebuild before they get attacked again. That's my thoughts. But
yeah.
you can be a voice actor on it, mate. You want to be a voice dub? Dub can be dub. I'll have to.
Aussie voice in there.
I'd have to get one of the I'd have to pull his helmet off and then the hat autos. What I wanted to ask you, I don't think I've ever asked you this, and this would be good for if this is on the podcast. Where did it all start for you? Is what I wanted to know, because I've told my story a few times. But where did it all start for you? Like, where did you think, right, I'm just Lego, and how did it all start for you to go so hard with it all?
Well, I think my story is pretty similar to a lot of Toyfeld's. Obviously, I loved Lego as a kid. It was my favourite toy as a kid. I was in the classic space. I had a love for pirates and castle and everything, but, you know, when I was a kid, I thought, you know, I can't afford, you know, mum and dad, they're not going to buy me whatever I want. So I just went with classic space. So under my bed, I had a big classic space base set up. I used to just be able to, I had it on the board, I could just drag it out from under my bed and it's all, I'd play with it.
Oh, really cool.
Put it back under. So that's sort of where my love of Lego come from. But it wasn't until my son was born and it sort of made me venture into the toy aisle, which I hadn't done for, you know,
just by coincidence.
Yeah. He's not born. He's not born yet. But let's have a look at the toys. 2010. So straight away, I just bought like 5 sets.
You just thought, boom, 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 they're mine.
Yeah. There was the MIDI scale, Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Naval that. There was a little V-wing. Didn't even know what the V-wing was, but it looked cool. I'll take that. Bought I think it was a TIE fighter. What else was
Darth Vader's TIE fighter? Is that year? Because that's my first set getting back into the game.
I'm struggling to think what else there was now. But the big set that was there was the Venator. And I saw that. Oh man, look, that's awesome! I've got to have that.
I had that, yeah.
So, and it wasn't like I've got to have that. I thought I'm buying this for my boy. When he gets old, I'll have this Lego already here and for him. Hence to say he's never touched it.
and didn't you just build one that's about 5 times the size?
Yeah.
Didn't you build your big UCS one?
I did, man. That's a thing of beauty there, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But so I just found myself buying more and more as I sort of looked into it more, and this is cool. And it was just Star Wars at first. I was just buying Star Wars sets, and then one day my wife said to me, she said, I honestly don't think you're buying these for our son. I think there's more to it. I also think, no, I am. And honestly, I was convinced that's what it was for. And she said, you love Lego. Why don't you just build one of them and see what it's like, see what you
think. Do you not even build it at this stage?
No, I didn't build. No,
wow. Yeah, right.
Put them away. And so I got out the little V-wing. We actually built it together. This little tiny V-wing looks like it's over there. But this little V-wing, sat on the bed. We built it together, and because she loves Lego as well, and it was just great fun. So we opened another one. And before I knew it, I had them all built virtually.
and then you're in the car off to the shop to get more.
And then I was away, and it was just looking at, what's new, what's there. Never really even didn't look on the internet, didn't look to the past or anything. It was just looking for new stuff at shops. And in 2012, I hurt my back, and I had several months off work, and I couldn't do anything. So I just found myself on my laptop. Actually, it wasn't a laptop. My wife actually set the desktop computer up on the floor because I could barely move. So I was just stretched out on the floor, and I could just Google away, and discovered YouTube, Lego on YouTube, discovered, then I was on finding old sets through YouTube, so I was hitting up eBay, buying all these old sets on eBay, then kept hearing this thing talked about Bricklink. What's this Bricklink? So I started looking into that, and mate, once Bricklink came on the scene, it was just the floodgates were open, bro, because a lot better priced. And in 2012, our dollar was very strong. I don't know if you remember then, but we were like $1.10 to the US.
Yeah, I do.
Mate, it was.
You got hard.
And the shipping was cheap too. Like the shipping cost now, especially in the States, the shipping cost is just gone insane. So, I was just going hard, man. And it was finding out on the UCS set. So that set the hook big time. Once I discovered the UCS Star Wars.
Yes. Yeah, right.
I was in big time. So, and that's still my main passion is the big UCS sets.
Yeah. And so they only make Star Wars UCS sets, don't they? They've never made anything else as a UCS set?
Well, I went from someone that, if it's labelled UCS, that's the end all and be all for me, and that now couldn't be further from the truth. I don't care what label it's got. It's just what I think of it. And you look at sets like that they've done, like the Helicarrier, and most recently the Hulkbuster. To me they're UCS sets, whether they call them that or what.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And you go back when they built the Batmobile and the Tumbler. The Tumbler was a lot after, but
actually the Tumbler is a UCS set. It's got labelled UCS. Yeah.
So they do them, and I think that's only gonna happen more down the track. But I think Lego's just blurred the lines on a lot of that so much now. I mean, even now with the Cloud City set they got now, and they're not even calling it UCS now. They've got another term for it, and what are they calling those? Master Builder Series or something.
Yeah, and it's mixed reviews on that. Again, I mean, it's okay. I don't mind it, but I'm not going to race out to buy it. I know you probably will, but
no, I'm the same. Like, I definitely like it. It's got a lot of good features, a lot of good figs, but when I heard about it, it was going to be a day one set for me until it come out, and I saw it, and it's just, to me, looking at that, it's not like looking at the Falcon or looking at the Star Destroyer or the Tantive or the Slave One. It just doesn't have that
same appeal. Yeah.
But I'll definitely pick it up. But it's $500 set, and I won't be paying $500 for it. So I'll wait till it hit the shops in Australia. At least get 20% off. I mean, in years gone past, 20% was the best we could hope for.
Yep.
And like now it's like you're thinking, well, where's a better sale than 20%?
Yeah, to get certain ones, yeah.
Yeah, because shops are just, they're really fighting for the dollar now, and quite often you see better than 20% off sales, and especially places like Big W and well, not so much Kmart now, but somewhere like Big W, they already sell for less than retail, and then they'll have a 20% off.
So you almost stick it for about 30.
And I think the Sandcrawler and some of those last sets, the last wave of Star Wars sets, some of those were like 35-40% off. So you can't knock that, especially with the prices that we're paying at retail.
Yeah, well, yeah. Crazy. That reminded me too. I was on Lego the other day, and the Snow Speeder UCS is retiring soon, and I haven't picked that up.
Okay,
I need to get that quick sticks, but I just
and that's the thing. Like the time to get it is when it's hitting the shelves in Australia, but they don't stay on the shelves very long.
No.
And the only option is Lego. Yeah,
and I've looked around, and not many places have it. They've got it, but then a lot of places that just don't have it, anyway. So
because I think that was exclusive. I think the Big W, if I remember right.
Oh, that could be right. Yeah, that's probably why I can't bloody find
them. And when they get those sets, they don't have them in great numbers.
They'll get them for the toy sale and then see you later. Have a nice day.
Yeah. In the past, they used to, when you look at things like the helicarrier and the Sandcrawler before that, they floated around for ages. A lot of times, they were marking them down on clearance. A lot of people were getting them on clearance. I think even the Ghostbusters Firehouse. But I noticed in the last couple of years, they just get, they might, each store might get 1 or 2 boxes, so they might get three or 6 sets, and that's it, So,
well, we all thought that even like I'm guilty myself. I panicked like all about the UCS Falcon because it sold out everywhere, and then as soon as it came actually available, I called up Lego down at Dreamworld, and I went and picked it up in hand. But I paid full retail for it, and now I see it everywhere for bloody 20% off.
Yeah.
But, what am I going to do? I'm not going to cry over it because it's still sitting in a box. I haven't built it yet. So what am I going to do? So I can't cry over that.
That's your first job when you get.
You reckon?
That's your
first job. Live build the Falcon. I've got Slave 1 still to build. I've got the X-Wing, which I saw the other day has gone up in value big time, that the UCS X-Wing. It's gone up a couple $100. I've also got the TIE Fighter.
Yeah, I think it's around sort of $450 maybe. A bit more. Yeah.
So I got the TIE Fighter, but I think everyone's got that. I've got and I don't think I'll build this. I think it'll just sit, and then I might even sell it. The Hoth so-called UCS set.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to build it and then let it sit on a shelf. I'm a bit like you. I think the UCS for me is where I want to take the collection as far as displaying them.
Yeah.
I know you're doing it, for the love for the sets, but I'm a bit different. Unless it's got good minifigures in it, I don't really go in on a lot of the smaller sets because I don't want to store them, to be honest.
Yeah,
I just want, if it's got good minifigs and it's $20, then you just buy it. Rip the minifigs out, throw the rest of the crap in there, build it just for fun. But as far as display for me, like behind you, you've got it set up nicely in display, but the small sets can take up so much room on a shelf. I don't think it's good real estate.
Yeah.
Do you put all your sets up, or what do you usually do?
Yeah, pretty much.
So no matter how small it is, it's on the shelf. If it's Star Wars, basically.
Yeah. Pretty much. The Star Wars. There's some. I'm just trying to think if there's any. Yeah, I'd say everything with Star Wars. There'd be different things like the superheroes that I don't.
Yeah.
If I like one part of a small set, I might put that on display. But normally they'll have a little side build with them or something that's pretty trash. Just break that up.
Yeah.
But that's like, it's just a thing I love to do. I love to display it and lay it all out, and then just add to it. Yeah, that's the thing is, what's coming, what's around the corner that I can add to this or make it better again.
Where,
But just speaking on the latest sets, so like, I do recommend getting the X-Wing. Like,
the new
you're sticking to the original trilogy sets. If you don't have any small, if you don't have any smaller scale X-Wings, did you say you've got the UCS X-Wing?
I do.
Yeah,
and I've got.
If you want a smaller scale, it's a good set. I recommend that.
Is that 2019 or 18?
18.
Okay.
So you should see that still floating around.
Yeah, because I've got the X-Wing from way, way, way back when Leia, I'm pretty sure Leia's in that set, and she's still got like the dot eyes, and it's a bit very Lego-y looking still. It may have Chewie and Han in the set as well. It's a very old X-Wing. Might be like second release, and it's still in the box.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, maybe I'll sell it and get the new one. I'd have to. I'll send you the. I'll send you the set number after we finish. I'll try and find it.
I'll have a look. Yeah, but generally they're always making improvements, but that it's hard to say because some things is a big improvements and other things are a step back, you know. So
yeah,
but that X-Wing's definitely for me anyway, it's the best mini big scale X-Wing that they've ever done.
Yeah, well, yeah, for a playability one and for mock as well, it's good for mock.
And even if you want to put it on display, you know,
it looks good on display. Yeah,
it virtually looks like a mini UCS version.
And see sets like one of my favourites is like the one behind you, like the gun. I always call it the drop ship, but it's the gunship. I love that gunship. That was like one of my first sets that I bought. That was a big one that I bought a lot of smaller sets. That was a bigger box set, built it, and whatever, it's got 2,000 or whatever parts in it. But that was one that I always go back to that one and think that was a fun build from the start to woe. And you know what? But and the thing is I'm an original trilogy guy, but yet I love that set the most. Like, I love that gunship. And I'm staring at that bloody what's it called that you got behind you? The drop ship with the ATTE.
Yeah.
Those things went through the roof, didn't they? They were. I remember I was looking. I mean, I couldn't fathom what they're worth now. Probably a good $1,000, but I remember I was looking. I was on eBay. I was like, $400. Should I take the gamble? And I never did. So I don't have that one either. But
I was like that.
You released that.
I went back and forth on that for the same reasons. Like, it was a set that was a lot of money, but I was thinking, I should be spending that on something from the original trilogy.
Now it's tripled. Yeah.
And I held off and I forget what it was worth when I was looking at it originally, but it must have been a good 8 months or so.
Pondering
until I pulled the trigger.
Pull it,
yeah.
Was it on the board?
And I paid $350 for it delivered, and and it had gone up a lot just in that 8 months. Yeah, and I look now and thinking $350, that's cheap.
I must have been just after you because it was about $450. And I was like, God damn it. And that's one of the regrets. But I mean, knowing me, it probably would have still been sitting in the box, for God's sake. So
I did get it. It was in the box. It had been opened.
Oh yeah.
And I think the first bag had been opened, but then all the rest was sealed.
And that's fine.
And I think that the stickers have been a bit trashed, but I haven't put stickers on mine. I think it looks great without them.
Whereabouts are you going to take your collection? Because I know I go through this in my mind a lot because you're like me. You collect action figures as well. And I don't know whether it's because I've moved a couple of times or whatever, but because I have moved these couple of times and everything's been packed away, I've got so much stuff that, one, I haven't opened or I haven't pulled it back out to display it. And I'm starting to think, do I refine my collection Is there things here? I mean, if I've had them packed away for basically a year, do I really want them? Like, of course I want them, but do I need them? You know, like there's some things that, you know, I'll move heaven and earth to get, and that's and I'll build it, and they're locked in, and you know, there's no way I would ever get rid of them. But then I'm just thinking of these other things, and it's starting to weigh a bit on me. I'm tossing up in my mind, thinking, you know, do I just get rid of it? If I haven't opened it in bloody 6 months, and I've probably had it for 6 months, do I just get bloody rid of it? And then, you know, if I really want it, well, shit for me, I'll have to pay the extra, and that would mean that I would really, really want it, you know. So, what are your thoughts on where are you taking your collection? Do you ever think about selling any of it? Do you ever think maybe I should cut out superhero, or maybe I should cut out city, or maybe I should just? Do you ever think any of that, or do you just because?
I do.
Obviously, you know that they're going to continue bringing sets out, and you've only got so many shelves. I mean, you might have to be like me. You're going to have to go for the triple dub bloody story house. But you know, in all serious though, do you ever think about, like, you know?
Yeah, I do.
Maybe I should get rid of it.
I definitely do, and that's been something too. Like Lego is my number one passion, without a doubt. You know, and then, I collected a few Transformers, which led me to watching certain YouTube channels that also collect action figures, which made me start looking at action figures. And
then that became fun.
and now I've got, like, nowhere near a collection like you've got and a lot of people have. And, I'm pretty selective with what I get there. But it's definitely stretching the boundaries of what do I really want, and so basically with Lego, it's gotten to the stage now where as much as I say I'm not going to get all the Star Wars, I get all the Star Wars pretty much every time. Same with superheroes. City, I used to get a lot of the City sets, and then I'd go, well, that's only half a set really. So I'll get 3 or 4 of those, and I'll build something out of it. I'm not doing that anymore. So the way I'm sort of taking the City is more sticking with the modulars and then building my own things to go into the City. So. And I haven't got this thing where I want it custom or whatever, like if it's a good set, I'll build it, I'll put it in there, I don't give a shit. I bought that little Creator. I tend to find now the Creator line brings out better the set for a City than the City itself. Yes. They had that little sweet shop. Yeah. That's pretty cool. So I bought 2 of those, and not, big dub sale, I think they were $37 or something. So I bought 2 of those, and you can make a nice little sweet shop out of that to go in the City. So definitely, I can't remember the last time I bought a City set. Probably when I was going to say the pizza van. Last time I bought a City set, and they got the new, I don't even know what they call it, the square with the double decker bus.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, there's I don't even know what that's for. I think it's probably a $200 set or something, and it's got a lot of half buildings in it and a bus and that. The last square set, City Square set like that came out, and it had the orange tram. Yes, yeah, that one. I bought that, and I had the little Lego shop. And then I'm going to build a Lego shop, and I put that in the City.
Did it come with little train tracks as well, yeah?
Come with a bit of track. It definitely had the orange tram. I'm not sure about the track. Had the little, I think it was a little coffee stand, and had the car yard, the high end car yard. So, but and I was going to do something with that. And a few months ago, I thought, I'm not going to do anything with that. I don't have a need for any of that to really go in the City. So I sold it. So it's just,
okay, cool.
Things to sell. So, like, So I've definitely looked through and sold it. I went through and collected up a lot of mega blocks, and this is going back in the I don't even know when, but probably like the 2012 to 2013 period when their dollar was good. A lot of that,
yeah.
And you could actually find mega blocks. Target used to stock that pretty good. So I used to get a lot of that. So Halo, not even a Halo fan. Never. I think I might have played the original game a little bit.
Yeah.
But they just had some cool sets. So I was buying a lot of the Mega Blocks Halo while I'm selling all that off.
Yeah. And is it holding a good value or? So.
I only sell on eBay, and it's hard to get a good deal on eBay because everything is priced high.
Yeah. Right.
So you don't know whether it's actually worth that or not. So I'm still sort of going through that process. And
that's pretty. So
that the Call of Duty was other stuff. I all that up. But,
I remember those. Yeah.
So I'm going to sell some of that too. But I was buying some of the Modern Warfare and then a lot of World War II stuff. I'm just going to keep a lot of the World War II and a little bit of the Modern Warfare. I've sort of got a few sets that, like in the sand camo that they do. So I thought if I ever built that up, I could put them all together. They'd look pretty good on display.
Yeah,
but
cool.
Everything else I've sort of been going through. And as for my Lego sets, there's probably nothing there I'd get rid of because it's the old. Maybe some of the Ninjago stuff. I've got a lot of the older Ninjago stuff. It's because my wife, she always wanted to do a Japanese scene.
Yeah,
and it's probably one of those things that may never happen. I've got all the Winter Village sets because we're always going to do a Winter Village scene, and they're all still boxed.
Yeah.
But that sort of thing, I still think eventually we will do at some stage. So I'm still clinging on to that one for now. But I know where you're coming from. It's hard to let go on some things, but I think you're probably right. You gotta step back sometimes and go, what do I really need? And quite often I do that with my pre-order list, like action figures. That's it. One thing about action figures is so far in advance when things are coming out. You can pre-order. I've got stuff pre-ordered.
If you change your mind, you just go, change it, can it?
Yeah. And I've got stuff pre-ordered from 12 months from now, It's like, like Hot Toys, I think, even worse, aren't they?
And they cost a lot. So I spoke with one of my mates the other day about it, and he's got probably one of the best Hot Toys and 1/6 scale collections I've ever seen. It's probably the best collection on bloody Instagram, in my opinion. It's the way that he displays it. He collects a little bit of Lego as well. That's how kind of we got chatting, because he collects that, and we got chatting. But we've been chopping it up for ages, and he says to me the other day, how many Hot Toys and things you still got like in the box? And I said, I'll get back to you. And I went through and I counted them all, and I said, about 12. And he goes, why? And I'm like, well, where the hell do I put them? I've got nowhere to bloody put anything. And I said, they just keep coming. And like a box turns up and they'll come to it, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I really want that Terminator endoskeleton because it's bloody awesome. I can't wait to put it up. And like my mate says to me, there's things in there like, actually I will say that I opened up the Jack Sparrow Hot Toys this year.
Okay.
Oh, good Lord. It was one of those things that you'd appreciate this because let's just say they brought out let's just say you didn't have the Black Pearl. I know you've got it, don't you? Yeah. Let's just say, you know that there's, come on. But, whenever you speak, is it? You haven't built it? No. Dude, that's a great shit. But yeah, same principle, like, or a set that you never got, say, for instance, for me was like the UCS Falcon. So it was like my UCS Falcon. They brought out a Jack Sparrow Pirates of the Caribbean in Hot Toys, and it was an amazing figure, and it had gone up in massive value. As soon as they said that they were bringing out the new one, snap, I was onto it. And let me just tell you, even my wife says, I opened it up and I took it over to her. I said, look at it. And she was like, it looks real. And I went, it is real. Like, because you can rip you can pull you can pull a piece of their hair back, like a piece off his hair, right? And there's two little nozzles in the back, right? And you can move his eyes up and side to side. Did you know that you could do that?
No. Wow.
So you know how he's always a bit cuckoo-eyed like that? So you can actually move one this way, and you can do the hands and all that. Oh, good Lord.
Man.
But
wow. I watched a video on someone's collection, and he was talking about how excited he was for that Hot Toys to come out, and he had a figure, and he said, so this is my stand-in figure, and it looked really good. And it was, I can't remember who it was, but it was another high-end company had done one. He said when the Hot Toys comes out, he said that will be going.
He was going to bin that,
He had this set up in like a little, just this little closet.
Yes.
And I think he'd taken the doors off, but he had a barrel, like an old wetted barrel.
Oh, yeah.
And had the Jack Sparrow on top of that. And then had
wow, cool.
like palm leaves behind it, and had
cool.
Bit of like a buoy hanging on the wall behind it, like some pirate stuff there, a bit of a flag and that. And they're like this whole setup for this one
little figure.
This one figure, yeah. And he was talking to him when the Hot Toys comes out, he said that'll be going there.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And he was talking about he'd sell stuff off, so he'd sell that. So I can't remember what company it was that he had there, but it looked really good too.
But I mean, that's basically that's really why I started the podcast. To be honest with you, it's because I collect too much stuff, and one, I wanted to share that with everyone and speak to the same type of people that we are, that we collect so much stuff, but also draw inspiration from everyone as well, because everyone's got a cool story about, why they collect and all the rest of it. And that's basically why I thought, perfect time to start it. I don't have a toy room, but I'm still interested in it, and why not talk to people and keep my brain ticking along with inspiration, so that when I get my shed and my room up,
it'll spur you on more. It's going to make you more keen.
Well, yeah, it does, and like we were saying before, how things go on stints. I had a big breakaway from action figures. Pretty well, I kind of swapped from action figures back over to Lego for a good year, 2 years. And then in this entire year, it's basically been action figures up until about now. And I'm starting to look at the Lego sets, and I'm thinking, 2019's coming on. What's coming up for me? What's in Star Wars? What do I need to pick up? But yeah, I've been having a heap of fun with that, because it's something that I can grab one figure and I can grab my camera and I can go take some photos. And I've got nowhere to display it, but I can at least have some fun and go take some photos with it. And then at least I feel like I'm being creative in a way, like I'll think of an idea, and same thing, while we'll have our board over there, and I might think, right, I'm going to go get some, I've actually got this. I thought, if you were building, I found this set. An old bloody battle pack set I dug out of the bloody cobwebs. And I thought to myself, I got nowhere to display it, but I thought, these 4 troops will look kick-ass down in my backyard with all the greenery and dig some trenches. And I thought, it's on. And I thought, Dub will be building something for sure. So I thought I better dig out something, otherwise he'll hang up on me. But
I was going to build, but I thought it might make too much noise.
One of the main questions I like asking people, because I think about this a lot, is where do you get your inspiration from to do what you do with everything? Like, you've got your YouTube channel, you're building all your mocks, you're putting out videos all the time. Where do you draw your inspiration from?
Okay, that's a nice curly question.
It's a good one.
So let's say with YouTube's, I guess I look at that. That's a hobby of mine. It's sort of become that way. It's like I've definitely dialed it back to when I started the channel. It kind of consumed my life for a while.
Yes.
When I was doing, because I work full time, got a family, and then I was doing 4 or 5 videos a week. And there was a long time where things that I needed to do around my property were just getting put on the back burner because I was just spending so much time filming and editing and the like. So when I actually started building the Lego room is when I started dialing back because I was trying to get this Lego room built. Yes. And time was going into that, so I had to dial back a little bit. Always thought it would pick up again, but then I just started discovering, wow, with this extra time, I'm getting so much more. Look how much you can do.
Yes, 100%.
So it actually has just dialed back ever since then. Till now, I'm committed to 1 video a week. Yeah. Sometimes I'll do 2 videos a week. It's because it will be Lego and then it'll be something else. So occasionally I'll do something with the action figures or the Transformers, but I always make that a secondary video. So I've got a core of dedicated followers, and it's got to a stage now as I don't want to disappoint them. So I'll do that 1 Lego video and I'll stick to that because I just feel like we've been through this. I hate to say the word been through this journey, but it kind of feels like that. And these guys have stuck with me for such a long period of time. They've just become. So they're
an inspiration for you to keep the drive going almost.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Exactly. So that's definitely with YouTube. I know with YouTube there's always comers and goers, but there's these core guys that have just stuck with me, and it's you become friends with them.
You do. It's a little family.
Yeah. So it's so that's definitely my driving force, and for YouTube. With Lego, my inspiration it comes from probably, like I was going to say, things I love. When you look across themes, like with Castle and Pirates and that, but like the Star Wars, it's a love of the movies, it's a love of Star Wars, that's what's, Lord of the Rings, I've got all the Lord of the Rings sets up, I've got 1 out of all of them, but, Lord of the Rings it's up there with Star Wars for me, the Dark Knight trilogy, again, that's right up there for me. I'm a huge Batman fan. So so my passion for superheroes comes from Batman, but of course that leads to Marvel as well. And then the kick-ass Marvel's doing with the MCU,
Avengers, and
that just it's the inspiration's there.
It's unbeatable at the moment. That's cool, man. That's really cool.
Yeah, so and I think probably that's more so with the action figures now too.
Yes.
That's where my main things with the action figures is definitely superheroes. The Star Wars, but with Star Wars, I'm just sticking to a select few characters. I'm not going all out. I think actually for when you're talking about, in the last 12 months, it's been more action figures. As a newbie coming into the action figures, I actually feel like it's probably it's probably the best time to be into action figures. And I sort of get that feeling from a lot of old-time collectors as well, because it just, the advancements in leaps and bounds, you look with Black Series with the
face scan technology.
And things like that. Like, I'm yet to delve into Black Series because I've got enough addictions as it is, so I don't want to, I don't want to start down another path because I want every single character,
Yes, so. and that's the road I've taken. that I require every character from the Black series, and then that stemmed over to further. But no, that's cool, man, because I love hearing about, you know, like what drives people, because I'm pretty driven myself, and I'm interested to hear, you know, how other people tick, and especially when we've all got, like, you know, the same hobbies and things like that.
Yeah.
It inspires me to hear, you know, their stories. So no, that's
and
really
like
cool.
you, man, I'm a huge movie buff, and the old, you know, some of the old movies, you know, that we grew up with as kids, you know, that's, you know, I love that stuff, you know, the Predator and Terminator and stuff like that. You know, I just love it. I had such high hopes for Predator because it's.
But don't say anything. I haven't seen it yet.
Whoa, what? Look, I'll say it was good. Like,
yeah,
you know, it still doesn't get you back to where you were with the original Predator, but yeah, it was good. But I just wish that ultimate Predator movie could come out. That would just knock everyone over, you know. But
I'll tell you a few theories of what I have. Oh, I'm a pretty hardcore Predator fan. That's like my second favorite movie of all time. So Star Wars at number one, of course. But look, you know, we can have a chat after this. But do you want to let everyone know where they can find you on your socials?
Yeah. So Down the Brits on YouTube, and same on Instagram at Down on the Brits.
All the socials. Thanks, man, for chatting.
On YouTube, and you know, I've so far I've managed to stay away from Facebook, and so Instagram and YouTube for me.